All right, guys, we're back with another set review. The other one did well, so now we got our own like little speedrun clock in the corner here, so we can see our splits. And we have a new updated rating system. This new patch dropped, made it so speedrunning's quicker this time. So there's only three ratings now instead of 5, and they're a little bit more clear. So we have very playable, which is the best, kind of playable, which is the middle ground, and not playable, which is actual garbage cards. Is there anything else we need to explain?
I think that's
Where would playable plus fall into this category?
Playable plus? Like
yeah.
Very playable.
Yeah, it's like
very playable? Okay.
Yeah. All right. So I guess with that, we'll be getting... Oh, wait.
This is for Fate Stay Night.
Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Fill. And then
there
what?
You go.
Who's gonna start? Who's gonna do the reading?
I can go ahead and start.
Right,
I guess.
You start it. All right. 3.
All right.
2, 1.
All right. Let's begin, boys. We start off with this righteous King of Night Sabre. It's a Minami. Minami's and reverses aren't super great right now. But if you like Sabre, here you go. It's all right. Next card.
Oh, I'm gonna give this
higher rarity.
Oh yeah,
kinda
yeah.
playable.
It's kind of playable. That last card. I forgot
Yeah,
how
it's
to read.
kind of playable.
All right. What's this?
All right. Next card. Justice on behalf of another Shiro. 2 or less climaxes, -1 level. Place from stage to hand. Look at 3, add 1. On attack, power pump by X. X is the number of other characters you have. It's kind of playable, but not really.
Kind of playable.
It's kind of playable.
Yeah.
Next card.
All right, next card. That's the SP. This card got an SP. Anyway, okay. Entrusted Arm of Archer Shiro. When this card becomes reversed in battle, if your memory has 2 or less cards, you may put this card into your memory. When this card becomes reversed, it's a stock bomb. This is very playable.
Very playable. All in agreement.
Yeah, it's kind of playable.
Yeah. What kind of playable? It's very playable. No. Okay. No, it's very playable. Fuck you, Dean. Next card.
All right, next
Memory's
card.
nice.
Reaching for the Grail Sabre. When this card becomes reversed in battle, you may choose one really bad card and put this card face down underneath that card as a marker. When this card becomes reversed, it's a stock bomb. No, the card is like a 1/1 level support that lets you summon out kind of whatever level 3. We'll get to it later.
Okay, yeah,
Okay, so this is just kind of playable because it has a secondary good effect, right?
Yeah, it's a stock bomb.
Yeah, it's a stock bomb.
You can definitely include it.
All right, next card.
All right, next card. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, choose up to one of your characters, return it to his or her hand, and this card gets 2k power for the turn. On attack, pay 1, discard a card. When this card attacks, pay cost. If you do, all of your characters get plus 500 power and +1 soul till the end of turn.
Bounce is good and very playable.
Yeah, it's very playable for the current meta. If you need bounce.
As
now.
a meta pick, this is definitely very playable.
Yep. Next card.
All right, next card. Blushing Shiro. All of your characters in front of this get 500 power. Pay 1, ditch a climax, salvage.
It's somewhere close to unplayable.
It's like
does Fate have better climax ditch outs?
Yes.
Yeah, it does. Especially in green.
Okay, then yeah, it's not playable.
Not playable. Next card.
Next card, Gilgamesh. All your characters in front get 500 power. Pay 1. And for each climax you reveal, choose up to 1 cost 0 or lower character on your opponent's center stage. Put it into his or hers. Depends on the meta, but right now
kind of playable.
I would say
playable. You say what? Not playable?
I say it depends on the meta, but right now this is not playable.
All right, next card. Well, wait.
Kills Aaron.
For me.
Kills Aaron.
Okay, cool.
All right, next card.
As a Master Shiro, when damage dealt by this card is canceled, you may pay cost. If you do draw 1 card, the cost is 1 stock. Climax combo. When this card attacks, if 2 soul is in your climax area, you have 5 or less stock. Look at up to 3 cards. Choose 1 Master or Servant. Reveal it to your opponent. Put it into your hand.
This is kind of playable.
This is kind of playable, yeah.
If you make this your main combo, you better have some wacky top end, or you're not.
You don't need a top end. You have a 2 soul.
Yeah, but 2 souls as the game goes on gets less and less valuable. But it's kind of. Wait, did you say kind of playable? Yeah.
It's kind of playable.
It is probably the best 2 soul plus combo in English now.
Yeah, it's uncommon, so it's also a pretty budget combo if you don't want to invest too much money.
Yeah. Next card.
Okay, Rain Shiro. During your turn, this card gets 1k. This is 4k base for reference. When this card is placed on hand from stage, look it up to 2 cards from the top of your deck. Choose one irreplaceable existent Sakura from among them, put it into any position on your stage, and put the rest into your waiting room. When this card attacks, if you have that irreplaceable existent Sakura, this card gets 2k power till the end of turn. I'm not familiar with irreplaceable
Isn't
existent
that the
Sakura. Is that the clock bomb?
Shimikaze?
It's the Shimikaze, I think.
Oh, that's the
We'll find out when we
Shimikaze?
get there. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
Kind of playable.
kind of playable just because it gets big if you have it. It's what is it? It's 7k on attack.
It's a cost. It's literally a free
8K
plus.
if you have the climax. I don't.
Oh yeah,
It's literally a free plus.
It's like
Yeah.
well, it's a random free plus. If you know for sure you're gonna hit on it, then it's like a good card. So it's kind of playable, I guess, right?
Yeah,
All right,
I guess we can go with kind of playable. Yeah, it's fine.
next card.
All right. Injury status Shiro. It's a 1/0. This card can't side attack. When this card attacks, if you have 2 or more other characters with Sabre or Sakura in the name, this card gets 2k power till the end of turn. So it's a 7/5 on attack, or 8/5 with a climax.
Kind of playable. It's like an OK Slayer, right?
Yeah.
There's probably better stuff, but if it's in a deck, I don't think we'd be like that's garbage. So
Yeah.
all right, next card.
All right. What I can do, Shiro. It's a level assist. When this card is placed on from hand to stage, you draw 1, ditch 1.
Kind of unplayable.
It's I would say unplayable. Don't you have
Unplayable.
like you have better level assist options than this very set?
Yeah.
What? I don't. Is the level assist like actually unplayable if it's just vanilla? I don't think so.
All it does
Kinda
is
playable.
there's like better level.
You have
assists
literally
that
better
do
options
better
in this
effects.
set. Yeah.
You do have better options, but do they have Shiro on it?
All right, is Shiro waifu? It's probably playable.
Yeah. I think for
Kinda
the meta
playable.
list, this is unplayable.
Yeah. Next card.
You're going to be playing something else. Okay, Entrusted Shiro. It's a 2/1, 6/5 card. You get 1k for all your other characters, so it's 10/5 with a full field. No.
Not playable.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah,
you're playing Shiro
not
You're
waifu.
playable.
not playing this.
Yeah.
Friendly Teacher Taiga. This character is off trait. When this card attacks, choose one of your characters with Shiro. It gets 2k. When this card becomes reverse, it's a clock bomb, even though it's yellow. So that's pretty cool.
Kind of playable.
It-
Buff
No,
to Shimikaze.
it's off trait.
It's okay. Yeah. The worst part about this card is off trade. If it wasn't off trade, this probably would be
Don't
kind of
even
playable.
care.
So not playable.
It's
Next
got
card.
good art.
It-
Taiga's a good
All
character.
right. I agree.
But
You
yeah,
can
it's
grab.
unplayable.
That's why the Sakura Brainstorm gets any card.
All right, this is Sabre. All of your other strong sense of justice Shiro get 1k power. It's probably a vanilla. All of your other characters with Shiro in its name get character encore.
Unplayable.
Unplayable. Doesn't even bond to the
Unplayable.
card it buffs. How's this apples? Next card.
All right, Issei. Once again, off trait. If you do not have another character, this card gets 1 level and 1500 power, so it's a 4k level 1.
Kind
loner.
of playable.
No, it's unplayable.
It's unplayable
It's
because it's
kinda
off
playable.
trait.
It's off trait.
It's off.
You wouldn't.
traits
You
in
wouldn't
this-
use it later. You
No,
use that
see.
on opening turn as an opener.
Okay, listen. It's
Okay,
like
so,
a budget option.
I would agree with you, but like, there's actually a Shiro option.
Kind
believe as a
of playable does not mean
This has the same profile except it's on trait. Like
Oh, is
this
it?
card is unplayable.
it's
Yeah,
still
it's a
kinda play. We
promo.
could play 8 of it.
God damn it!
Now this is a vanilla.
This is
Vanillas
not
are
playable.
actually unplayable.
Not playable. Next card.
Okay,
Is
next
vanilla
card. Strong
not
sense
playable?
of justice.
Oh,
Shiro.
it was.
It's,
It was the. This
Oh,
is the target.
It's the Sabre. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the Sabre buff. target.
Not playable.
Okay, we have
Next card.
best girl next, Ayako. Once again off trait, even though she's the best. If the character facing this card is a higher level than this card cannot frontal attack. It has that profile. It's not bad, but it's
Unplayable.
unplayable. Unfortunately,
Not
yeah.
playable. We mean. We should have changed not playable to unplayable. This is getting confusing.
1125 generic counter.
Not playable.
I don't
know.
Got a soul trigger.
It has a
It
soul
does have a
trigger.
soul
It's
trigger.
spicy.
Kind of playable.
Kind of playable maybe for this.
Do you need a 2/5 counter to save anything in this deck? I don't think so, right?
Your Gilgamesh goes to 9k. Coin flip.
You're
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it's not It's not playable.
Okay.
Next card.
Smile Lit by Sunrise Sabre. This is a 1/1. If you have 2 or more other characters, this gets 1500 power and character encore.
So it doesn't have
so it'd be
standby.
7/5.
Unplayable.
Yeah.
Yeah, no standby, not playable.
Okay. We have a event, Servant's Power Sealed Within. Search your deck for Justice on behalf of another Shiro. I think this is the vanilla, right?
It's the 3/2.
Oh, it's the 3/2. Okay. Reveal it into your opponent, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck, put this card into memory. If this card is in your memory, all of your 3 get the following ability: Accelerate, put the top card of your deck in a clock. At the beginning of your climax phase, you may pay the cost. If you do search your deck for up to 1 climax, reveal it, put it into your hand, choose 1 card in your hand, put it into a writing room, and shuffle your deck.
This is horrible. Next card, so not playable. What the hell?
Yeah, not playable.
It comes full too, by the way.
Of course it does. Why wouldn't it?
Climaxes.
Climaxes.
It's climaxes.
Next climax.
Okay.
Next climax. Next climax.
Do you want me to do green?
Sure. Hold on.
Okay.
All
You
right,
can go ahead and
guys.
Cool.
We did our split, dude. 939. It's a new record. Go.
nice. Good stuff.
Presage Flower Sakura. It's if you trigger a gold bar, you can ditch a card, and then you grab a card out of your clock, and you take a damage off the top of your deck. And it's also a self-tap Salvage Brainstorm. Very playable.
Yeah, so very playable. Next card.
Irreplaceable
version, very
Existence
playable.
Sakura. If you have another Shiro, it's a 5/5 base. When opponent's reversed, it's a Shimakaze for Master or Servant.
On a gold bar.
It's on a gold bar. Because of the synergy, it's very playable. But by itself, it's like kind of playable.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of weak, but because of how the deck functions, it's very playable.
Brilliant Smile Sakura. 3/2 level assist. And it's an alpaca, and it salvages on play. Very playable.
Yeah, this is very playable. If you play green, this is like the best level assist, and the fact that it stock charges by tapping is really good. And then it grabs your off trait. Yeah, it grabs your off trait stuff that your was it Azusa or on whatever can't.
Yeah. Monstrous Glance Rider, 3/2 10k on play heal, climax combo gold bar, pay 2 ditch 1. Card in front of this gets minus 3k power until end of opponent's turn, and the card in front of this cannot frontal attack.
This is
kind of playable. Kind of to vary.
It's kind of to vary. It's like in between there. It's really
Noob Stomp.
Yeah, it destroys new players, but the way the meta shaping up, this effect isn't actually very powerful right now. In some matchups, it'll just destroy people, but I don't think anyone's building their deck like in a way that this will do enough to stop them from winning the game, right?
Yeah, and it's like at that point, chances are like you're just compressed enough you don't even care, right? So
yeah.
Anyway, next card, Rider Attacking, 0/0/500. If you have a Sakura, it's a 3/5, and it's a chaser.
Center stage runner. It's a center stage runner.
No,
no, it is a chaser. It is a chaser. You're right.
Kind of playable.
I think this is a really good level 0. So I feel like it's actually because you can open up no Sakura level 0, that could be really bad. This is probably more like a kind of playable card, right?
Yeah, I think kind of playable is fine for this profile.
Yeah.
Peaceful Morning Sakura, 0/0/500. When this attacks, top check 2, choose 1, put it back on top. Other goes to grave, and it's a clock bomb. Very playable.
Very playable.
Yeah, very playable for sure.
Next card, Distortion of Daily Life Sakura, 1025. Ditch climax salvage, and it's a clock bomb.
This is very playable.
Very
this is
very playable.
This is probably the best climax out the set has.
Yeah.
If you play green.
Outside of the brainstorm.
Yeah.
Distortion of Daily Life Sakura.
That's the foil.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Wow. Flexible Physique Rider is on a different page. Okay. 1/0/5k. When it's a Slayer. This card is like kind of to unplayable.
Kind of playable.
Kind of playable.
Yeah.
Fluffy Sakura, 2/1/6/5. Early play if you have 4 characters that are green or with Shiro in name. 2 or more green characters, it gains. If it kills a level 1 or higher, you refund the stock and off the top of the deck. And then climax combo with I think it's a gold bar. Sack a character into stock, and then give a card 4k power until this is unplayable.
Unplayable.
A lot of text. 2/1 protection from Arrow's Lancer. 2/2 7k. You can't receive burn effects during its battle, and if you have 2 or more other, it's a 9/5 hand-on core.
If the set had standby.
If the set had standby,
this would be very playable.
If someone was doing this, I think I'd be like, yeah, it's not the worst. I've seen worse.
Yeah, this isn't
kind of
unplayable,
playable.
but kind of playable is fine.
Kind of, kind of playable. Maybe a little bit lower, but
Enchanting Beauty Rider, 3/2 10K. I've actually never seen this. Must be bad. 5 or if you have a Sakura, it gets 1500. And it's on the turn it's played, it's clock kick. It actually seems kind of playable.
Yeah, it's kind of playable.
Kind of playable. I think this is a little bit more budgety, but kind of playable.
Sakura waiting to return together. 0/0/500 on climax play. Give a card 1,000 and bond to. I'm gonna imagine it was a vanilla, or it's a clock bond to a vanilla.
Yeah.
Unplayable.
No, not playable.
Agonizing Decision Shinji, 0/0/500, hexproof, alarm, ditch card, salvage at beginning of climax. Kind of playable.
I don't think you're slotting your deck. This isn't playable.
It's not really playable, but it's kind of playable.
The first effect isn't even hexproof. It's this can't be targeted by your opponent's auto effects. What does that What does that even do?
Oh, really?
Flavor.
Yeah.
Oh,
what? Because clock bombs and stuff don't even target, right? So what is this? What?
It the things that tap that you can't untap your level 0s.
Okay, I guess. I sure.
Okay.
Yeah, this card.
Yeah, that's unplayable.
I don't even know what effects would even target this. I'm so confused. Not playable. All right.
True Intentions Rider, 0/0/1K. On play, buff a card 1500, bond, Brilliant Smile, Sakura to ditch bond. I'm not sure what
it's the level 3.
Then I guess it's kind of
it's
playable.
Kind of playable.
It's kind of playable.
It's kind of playable. But one thing the set struggles with is that it can't just easily get servants without spinning stock, because the Azusa or whatever, the Top Check 4 only searches for Master. So yeah, I think if they had Master Trade on it for some reason, it would be very playable. But yeah, next card.
Master's Capability Rider, 1/6K. If you have another if you have the Shimakaze, it gets 1500 and hand on core. Pay 1, clock yourself. When it's played, search for the Shimakaze. Oh wait,
you can also search for the other Sakura.
No, yeah, wait, pay 1, clock yourself. Oh yeah, the
Distortion of Daily Life.
The Alpaca
Sakura.
is the level
No. That's the small one. I think Distortion is either the clock kick or the 2/1 that's garbage.
Oh wait, no, sorry, it's not the Shimakaze.
Distortion is the clock bomb. It's the 1/0 clock bomb.
Okay, yeah.
So it's actually pretty good.
You can summon out. Well, the clock bomb was good because of the come and play effect.
Yeah.
So it's if you have the brainstorm. Sorry, not the Shimakaze.
I feel like this is not
playable.
I don't think it is, because you're spending 2 stock and clocking yourself for a +1.
Look, in the mirror match, this card is fantastic.
Is it?
Yeah, you wallow them out.
Okay, maybe. I don't know. I think this is not playable.
You wall them out. Agree. It's on color. It can.
All right,
it seems like a fine 2 of.
All right, so Dean has this kind of.
I haven't.
I would say this is.
I think it's not playable. So yeah.
Okay, well, it's okay to be wrong. 2/1 Rain Sakura, backup, memory shoot, memory backup, kind of playable.
Kind of playable.
Yeah. Anti-heroic Knight Rider, 2/6K for every other during your turn, plus 1,000. When something else attacks, plus 15. If you kill level 2 or higher, you get to blind stock. Very playable.
Yeah, I would say this is very playable. Yeah. You're going to be running 1 or 2 of these in the meta deck.
1 to 2 for sure. It handles the standby matchups.
Final command spell Sakura, 2/7K. Ditch a green character.
Summon the 2/1 that we just saw.
Yeah, summon that, and then also pay 1, sack this, beginning of draw phase, turn into the Alpaca level assist.
Yep.
It seems okay.
Yeah, kind of playable. Yeah, kind of playable.
I think it's super value. It's like a mix between kind of and very playable, you would say, right?
Yeah.
Ulster's Hero Lancer, 2/1/7/5. Pay 1, ditch a climax, choose 1 or salvage a climax, and climax combo. Pay 1 with the whatever climax is, probably stock soul. Am I right?
I'm not sure. I don't even know this combo.
We'll have to get to it. Yeah.
Anyway, if it's in the center stage and you have 4 others, kill a level 3 on your opponent's board.
Put it into his or her way. This is
Unplayable.
Not playable.
Unplayable. Yeah, it's
this is
unplayable.
not playable.
Yeah.
Especially because it's probably on a stock soul. First time substitute master Shinji 001K if you have 1/1 event that we haven't got to yet. It's a global 5 and pay 1, tap 2, salvage the 1/1 event. This is unplayable.
Not playable.
Study mode Sakura 001500. All of your other, it's a global 5. Tap this, choose a character, and give
that character the
swap?
ability to clock
swap.
clock swap your.
This
it's
is
a card.
It's
Meta dependent,
playable.
but it's kind of
playable to not playable, right? So,
Yeah.
All right, next card.
2K if you're level 1 or higher, housework trait. If you're level 2 or higher, cooking trait. And if you have 2 or more master servants, draw 1, ditch 1. Seems
unplayable.
Battle Hungry Smile Lancer 002K. Ditch a card on play. Wait, what is this? Yeah,
Choose one of your master servant characters in your clock, return it to your hand, and put the top.
Oh yeah, clock swap.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is kind of playable.
Kind of playable.
It's...
Servant. Oh wait, this is a foil. I'm struggling with reading it. It's fine, guys. 0/0. Monstrous Strength Rider 2/5 power.
You skipped a card.
Wait, did I? No, it was the
Servant
foil, right?
Chase. No, it's Servant Chase Lancer or something else.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
So
different.
I'll do it real quick.
Was.
So Servant Chase Lancers can't play events or backups from hand. It's a 0035, and then the character facing this card cannot move. So it's a 3/5 anti-runner. Yeah, it's kind of playable. Yeah.
Monster Strength Rider 0025. During your turn, if there's a marker under this 2K, on play top check. If it's a character under his marker, unplayable.
Unplayable. I agree.
Not playable. Yeah.
Warrior with Backbone Lancer 105K. You can pay 1 to rest this if you have everything else reversed.
Unplayable.
Unplayable.
Yep, not playable.
Having a Nightmare Sakura 1055. On play 2 or less stock, tap this. If you play a climax, it gets on reverse blind stock. Kind of playable.
Opponent, yeah. It's kind of playable. It's not very good though.
I don't think you're
it's
ever
not,
playing this.
but
though.
it's kind of playable.
It's
better
kind
than
of
the next
playable.
card, which is a vanilla, which is unplayable. And then we have an event, which is 1/1 search for 2 of the vanillas, and then put this card in memory. And that's even worse because if you don't have 2 vanillas in your deck, it doesn't even work. So
not playable.
Yeah, so that's another unplayable. And we have climaxes.
Climaxes. Get through the climaxes really quick, and then we can end this split.
Yeah, Fate Changing Blow was a stock soul. I was right.
All right.
Now, it's up to you, Kit.
All right, we're on to red. Ruthless King of Knight's Sabre Altar. If your stock has 2 or less cards, this card gains 1500 power. And then it's a on play, pay 1, ditch 1, search for master or servant. Very playable.
Very playable. Yeah.
Very playable.
Next card. In charge of Fuyuki Rin. Oh my god, this has so much text. During this card's battle, your opponent cannot play event cards from hand during your turn. This card gains 200 power or 2000 power. All your other master or servant characters gain 500 power. On climax placement, you can pay 1, top check 4, add master or servant to hand, discard the rest. Then pay 1, choose one level 0 lower character in your opponent's center stage and put it into his or her waiting room. This is kind of playable.
Yeah,
it has a lot of text for some reason, and I guess some of the effects become sometimes relevant depending on a matchup. But it's basically going to be used as an Amagi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is kind of playable. Next card, foil, and then Heroic Spirit with Complex Past Archer. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may put the top card of your clock into waiting room. So healer, climax combo, I believe on a stock soul, which is pay 1, ditch a weapon trait character or ring character, in name from your hand. Oh, wait. Oh, is this from stage? What the heck? Because it doesn't say from hand, right?
No.
Was this pay one?
It says pull with Rin in its card name into your. I guess so.
Yeah. So you kill something on stage when this card attacks. If ultimate choice
Unless there's a Murata.
Yeah, it is in your climax area. You may, and you have another weapon character or character with Rin in its card name. You may be cost. If you do, put the top 6 cards of your deck into the waiting room. Deal X damage, where X is the number of trigger icons.
Kind of playable.
Kind of playable. Yeah. Next card. Variety of fighting styles archer. When you use this card's backup, if you have a master or servant character, choose. Oh, it's a 2K backup.
It's a 2K backup.
Very playable.
Kind of playable.
What kind of? Is it? Oh, I guess kind of playable. It depends.
In the deck, you're not really using the 2K backup, so.
Dreamt of Moment Rin. This ability activates up to 1 time per turn. When you use an act, this card gains 1500 power until end of turn. Making it 106k. And then climax combo, when this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, if distance separating the two is in your climax area, you may put the top card of your deck into your waiting room. If that card's a master or servant character, choose one character with a level equal to or less than your level +1 from your waiting room and put it onto on any position of your stage as rest. So
if it's any relevance, I think this is on a stock.
Is it on a stock? I thought this was on Gate. I might be wrong.
Pretty sure this is on a stock soul.
Okay. I think it is a stock soul because it doesn't get very big. This is kind of playable. It's like in a gimmicky deck, maybe not playable to kind of playable.
Yeah, I would say in a meta-ish build, this is not playable.
Yeah, this is definitely for some gimmicks, right?
Yeah.
Next card. Black Shadow. Assist all your characters in front of this card gain the following ability. When this becomes reversed in battle, if your stock has less cards than your opponent's stock, you may put this card into your stock. If there's a marker underneath this card and your level is 2 or higher, this card gains the following ability. A startup, pay 1, put this card into your waiting room. Choose one overwhelming strength saber altar in your waiting room and put it on any position. Put it on any position on your stage. So that card is a 2/1 or is it a 3/2? I forget.
Yeah, okay, so the Saber is the 2/1 stock bomb.
Oh, okay, it's pretty whatever. This effect is like kind of okay. It won't probably be in a meta deck, but it'll be in like some gimmicky stuff. Because I remember DC has this also. I remember my friend playing it. This is what
overwhelming strength Saber altar is a little couple down the line, but it's not a very good profile.
Yeah, so this is like what not playable, maybe kind of playable in a meme deck.
Kind of playable. I think the biggest problem with this card also is its off trait.
Oh yeah, it's Mystery and Shadow trait. Yeah, if there's an easy way to get it, I think it becomes kind of playable, but it's probably more on the not playable side. It's a really interesting effect to play around with, though. Next card. Awakened Relationship Rin. When this card attacks, if the character facing this card is level 3 or higher, gains 6k power. So that's what, 12/5?
Unplayable.
13/5.
13/5? Not
yeah.
Yeah, with the rider, not playable.
Yeah.
I guess if it red only build or something. Heroic Rin and Archer. So when this card is placed on stage from your hand, if your deck has 5 or less cards, return all cards in your waiting room to the deck. If you do, shuffle your deck and then draw 1 card. This is the free fresh. This is
very playable.
Yeah, this is one of the strongest profiles like in existence for free freshes, and it's one of the strongest cards in the set, probably. Like definitely top 5, right? You basically build around this card for the most part for how the set works. So very playable. And it comes foil, so it's definitely very playable. Next card, Overwhelming Strength Saber Altar. Oh, it's a 3/2 that it turns into. Right?
Yep.
Okay. So this card gains 1,000 power for each of your other Master or Servant trait characters, making it 12/5 with fulfilled. This card facing this gets -1 soul. Auto effect, pay 1 at the beginning of your encore step. If you do not have another rest character on your center stage, you may pay cost if you do rest this character.
Kind of.
This is kind of to unplayable.
Yeah, it's kind of unplayable.
Kind of to not playable. It's definitely a very situational card. Imagine if this had Bodyguard, though. It would be...
Yeah, if it had Bodyguard,
kind of playable to not playable. Yeah. Next card, Straightforward Sense of Justice Rin. During this card's battle, your opponent cannot play backups from hand. This ability activates up to 1 time per turn. Whenever you use an act, all your characters gain 2k power for the turn.
I would say this is
kind of playable. It's kind of playable.
How's it kind of playable?
Well, I guess
I've heard Japan uses it because like you just get so much power.
So what are we doing here? We get
You
like
get-
a 3K count or like a 2K
How does it get so
counter?
much power? It's a 10K.
They double.
No,
they
it-
have like 2 of these
okay.
out, and you can't play the game all of a sudden.
Oh, that's
Like, you
actually
can't move
well,
forward.
yeah. In situations where you have 2 of these out, it get like 1 2K counter is like a crap ton of power, and then
Yeah,
you're not
you just
your opponent's
instantly
not going
win.
to get any reverses. So I can see it in a build, so maybe it is kind of playable, but I feel
The
it's
Japanese, they also have the 3/3 event, so it's
Yeah,
like they
it's-
don't need to put down healers. They just
Yeah.
put down this.
So this is, I think, more in the English meta. This is not playable, closer to the not playable side, but it's kind of playable as well. If that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like not playable plus. Do you think you're okay with that, Nico? Or
Yeah, that's fine.
It also denies backup, which is kind of.
Oh, the backup part is kind of a good thing, but yeah. Next card. Shocked Expression Rin. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may put the top 3 cards of your deck into the waiting room. Bond to Heroic Spirit with Complex Pass Archer. It's a pay 1 bond. Free mill and stuff is kind of good. What's the card it bonds to? Do you guys know off the top of your head?
I think it's the level 3, right?
The level 3? Oh, if that's... this card.
It is the level 3.
This card's not playable. I guess if you play the level 3, it becomes kind of playable, but I feel like it's not playable, right?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah, next card. Standing by in the Rain Archer. Pay 1 when this card attacks. You may pay cost if you do during that attack, performing a trigger check twice. So yeah, Twin Drive. Oh, and a 1K backup at level 0.
This is
When
playable.
you level up, it dies.
Oh my god.
This is playable.
Oh yeah.
I think this is kind of playable. I don't think you're putting in the meta deck, but it's kind of
Oh
playable.
yeah, the meta deck is sure. Meta deck. But that's a pretty good profile.
This is kind of playable, but I think it's closer to the not playable side of kind of playable.
I think it's close to the playable side. Twin Drive is broken.
Twin Drive is really good, but like on that card doesn't seem very good. Decisive Judgment Archer, one's level 1 5K. Memory, put one Master Servant character from your hand into your waiting room. When this card is put into your waiting room from your stage, if Entrusted Arm of Archer Shiro is in your memory, you may pay the cost. If you do choose one Entrusted Shiro in your waiting room and put it on any position on your stage as rest. What's Entrusted Shiro? Do you guys know off the top of your head?
No
Did we pass
idea.
it?
I
It
do
was probably
not.
one of the yellow cards, and we don't even remember. Oh crap!
Well, the
screwed up
Entrusted
splits.
Arm of Shiro is the Star Bomb. I know that.
You
I don't
what?
know what Entrusted Shiro is.
I screwed up the splits. Oh no!
Oh, no.
I accidentally clicked the button because my hand was hovering over it. Oh well. Well, now the splits are messed up for the rest of the video. It's fine. We'll start
no.
the timer though. Stellar Offense and Defense Saber Altar. This card gets 1K power
Unplayable.
for unplayable. What's the climax count?
It's
It's on the gate.
it's
Deal one
literally
dash.
worse than a Disgaea card.
Yeah,
so-
this is actually unplayable. Next card.
Uh,
Beauty Feigning Innocence Rin. Pay 2 when you level up and may cause you to search. Choose one Master Servant character in your waiting room and return it to your hand. Rest, choose a character, give it 1K power. This is like kind of playable. It's like it's definitely for like a Rin waifu deck,
spammable
right?
power pump.
Yeah, it's like almost kind of playable. It's more like on the not playable side though, right?
Yeah.
Next card, Revealed Face Saber Altar. This card cannot side attack. When this card attacks, choose one of your other characters, and that character gets 1 level and 1K power. Not playable.
Yeah, not playable.
Battle Stance Archer, not playable.
Nope.
Knight Clothed in Black Saber Altar. This card gets 500 power for each of your Master Servant characters. Rests, one of your Master Servant characters gains 1K power for the turn.
Not playable.
It's not playable, but like in a
It's a 6K base.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah,
just
it's not playable.
don't think it's
Not
playable.
playable.
Offering Protection Rin, 1045 Encore, and then it has an
I think it's like
activity.
Ditch
Put
of
one
Vanilla.
battle stance art. Yeah, the vanilla from hand to waiting room. Look up the top 4 cards. Choose one Master Servant. Add to hand.
Unplayable.
Yeah, this is not playable.
The odds are that that's broken.
Yeah. Pair of Swords Archer. If you have 2 or more other characters with Rin or Archer in the name, this card gains 15 power and a hand encore, and then pay 1 when this card attacks. Trigger check twice. This is playable.
Broken.
Kind of playable, right?
Kind of playable.
It's like 6/5 twin drive is pretty.
This
okay.
is a 6/5 twin drive. Oh, it's a 1/1 though.
It's a 6/5
Oh,
twin
yeah,
drive
it's a-
1/1. Oh man, dude.
Ooh,
wow.
wait, it has
Drive-
hand encore. It has hand
Yeah,
encore.
yeah, twin drive is just
It's
so
kinda
good.
playable.
It's kind of playable, but like more to the not playable side. Why is red so bad in this set? Next card, Making plans, Rin. All your other heroic spirits with complex past Archer gets 1k power.
That's the level 3.
Yeah. Assist all your characters in front of this card, gain 1k power. Rest, choose a character. It's a Master Servant character, and it gains 1k power. This is like
unplayable.
Not playable.
Yeah.
Sakura's Ribbon. Put this card into your memory. If this is in your memory, all your characters with Sakura in the card name gain 500 power. Not playable.
Unplayable.
Kind of playable. Booster
No.
Shimakaze.
In an off color, dude. Not playable, dude. Shadow of the Engulfs Heroic Spirits. Choose one of your characters, and that character gains a level until end of turn. Oh, shoot. This is a anti-bomb on a 2-1. And then choose one of your characters, and that character gets the following ability until end of turn. When this card becomes reversed, if the level of your battle opponent is equal to or lower than this card's level, you may reverse that character. Oh.
It's actually...
It's kind of playable.
It's unplayable.
No.
It's kind of.
Okay, if you're playing red, this is kind of playable, because if you
It's
put
good
a
in the mirror
2...
match.
No, if you put a level 2 in the center, and then they attack with their Futaba and the Albuta matchup, you can just kill their character. But,
Well, it's also an event, so you can make cards bombs.
oh, yeah, during your turn. Yeah, this is like kind of playable if you play red, right?
Dank
Yeah.
meme.
This is dank meme. Yeah,
Dank meme.
we need to add that back onto the ratings. I forgot we need that. And then we have
Okay.
the climaxes. What is this?
Okay, you want me to go again, or do you want Nico?
Whoever wants to do it.
I'll do it. Okay. So
Oh.
after we get through the climaxes,
Yeah, I was
we
about to
have
hit the thing for the
this girl,
split.
Ilya's Veil.
Alright,
If
go.
Mad Warriors have Berserkers in your clock, this card gets -1 level in hand. This is a 329k, by the way. Gets 500 for all your characters, and it's a stock healer. This is very playable.
Very playable. Next card.
Okay. Dirty Tactics, True Assassin. When this card is placed on the stage from hand, choose one of your characters on your opponent's stage. Character gets -1k power, and then it's a free runner.
I just want to say something about the Ilya real quick.
What's
Yeah.
up?
That profile would only be kind of playable in any other set.
What?
But you're right.
I don't think so. It's an overstated like healer.
11k ditch to stock is sometimes like the worst heal, but okay.
I mean, if you think about
It's
it,
an early play.
yeah,
It's
don't
a
you have
wild
alpaca.
play.
Look, you have alpaca in this set, so
What
like
other
it's a.
set do you look at a ditch to like heal to stock healer?
Okay, look, if
And
in
you
Kimono
go, wow,
Friends,
that is the
look,
most
in Standby
playable
Kimono
card.
Friends, if you had that card, you would play it in the alpaca deck for sure. Because alpaca makes that card a
You
zero
don't have
stock.
hand for it. No, you don't.
Well, if you have Brainstorm out as well, you'll get
Just
you'll
hit
get
your
cards,
Brainstorms,
dude.
dude.
Stop being bad at the game.
Okay.
Anyway.
Let's continue.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this card,
Back to
what
this
kind of
assassin.
playable?
I would almost say unplayable. What are you trying to kill at 1k? That you can just be like, wow, I'm so good.
So the play is to open 4 and then tell your opponent they can't have their overstated character.
Oh,
Yeah,
it stops like things like it stops like random garbage. It's not bad. Minus power is like randomly good, but like
It's 500. That's the problem.
It's a
The
free
body is
runner.
so weak.
Okay,
a free
it's a
runner.
free runner though, so you still get 1 extra stock off of it.
that's
It's
kind of playable.
it's kind of playable. You like,
Okay, I can go kind of.
Yeah, and it has a secondary effect that's like okay. Most free runners have nothing, right?
Yeah.
You don't expect like a free runner with 2k power to do shit, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, next one.
card.
It's an Ilya. During your opponent's turn, all your characters get 5 global. It's a brainstorm. Pay 1, rest 2. You search a blue character for every climax. Or a character with Shiro in the name.
Unplayable.
What? I mean, it's...
Kind of playable. It's a tap 2 brainstorm. That is unplayable.
I mean, so you're never even playing this unless you're playing, like, mono blue or, like, some weird variant with
sure,
Shiro,
kind
so-
of playable.
Yeah,
This is
kind of
like-
playable.
this is like the
Why-
budget
why would
brainstorm.
Why would you play Ilya waifu? Really exist.
He's
That's
right.
a very good
Checkmate.
point. All right, next card is Mad Warrior's Howl Berserker. This is the early play condition to have in clock for the 3/2 Ilya. It's a 0/0 If you do not have another character with Ilya, it doesn't get to stand during your stand phase, and when it dies, you put this card on the bottom of your deck.
Kind of playable.
It's kind of
It's kind of playable.
Okay, next one. Fearless Smile, Ilya. It's a bottom decker bomb. It's kind of playable.
Kind of playable. It's a higher level if it matters, but yeah.
Next card is Valorous Warrior Berserker. It's a 3/2 10k. Placed on stage, draw 1, it gets 2k power. Climax combo, pay 2, ditch 2. When this card attacks, if the climax is in your area, pay cost. If you do, gets 3k power in the following until the end of turn. What is this? Whenever you kill something, restand this, and then you send this to memory. It's kind of playable.
You have to pay. You have to pay on attack.
Yeah, but it gets so big.
Really
the climax is it's on a
so like if you're playing this, if you're 16k on attack.
Yeah,
like,
you reverse most things in reality, right? And then it replaces itself on play.
They sack counter you, and then you cry.
It doesn't get a level. Why would they sack counter you? Oh wait, you mean sack? Okay, never mind. I'm dumb.
What in English has sack counter?
What? Re-zero?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that's it.
Well, this is still kind of playable. Like even though sack counters exist, it's still kind of playable.
Yeah,
right?
I guess like you're gonna be sad at AOT, but even then, like this isn't. So I would still say this is kind of playable.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess.
Next card. I mean, do you really want to argue that? I mean,
I think it's pretty bad.
I mean, yeah, it's not the best. It's not a Yukina or something.
I mean, if you're playing like the blue deck, basically, like what else are you really playing?
Yeah,
like,
you have that, or you have the cast.
I don't
know.
know.
Which is like pay for.
If we keep reading, maybe we'll.
Oh no,
Okay.
there must be some dang stuff. Go ahead, next card.
All right, next card is Rule Breaker Caster. This is a blinker, so it's just
it's
very playable.
Very meta dependent.
Yeah, it's very meta. If it's good in the meta, then it's going to be a kind of playable card. If it's not good in the meta, then it's not playable, right?
It's very playable if it's in the meta.
Is it? I guess. All right.
Turns off stuff. Yeah, turns off garbage.
What does it turn off in English that matters, though?
Rider, which is in the set itself.
Yeah, that's true.
And then anything else, though?
Any Nexel.
I guess, yeah.
Aaron.
When Goblin Slayer comes out.
Aaron 1/0.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So
it's on a level 0, so that's really good too.
Okay. So the problem with that is if they leave a backspace open when you do this, they just put Aaron in the back row because they get to choose where to put it back.
You still deny them move gear if they do that. Then
yeah, but they still get the +1 off of it.
I actually have no idea why they would move Aaron to the back row with that. That would be free soul. Man, that's a noob trap right there. That's a good card. The fact that you just evaluated that as I'm gonna put my Aaron in the back row so I take more damage means that card is good.
All right, you got me there.
Very playable.
All right, next card. Spectating the battle, Ilya gets 1/5 on play. Climax combo if the climax is in the area. If you have 2 other blue characters or characters with Shiro in the name. Draw 2, ditch 1.
Batman
you have to kill
Ninja.
Something.
Isn't this a better version of the Batman Ninja because it has 500 more power?
No, Batman Ninja has static plus. Is a static 5/5.
Oh, and then this is okay. Sure.
Somehow worse than
kind of playable, not playable, right? Not playable.
Right. It's kind of playable, I guess.
Yeah.
It's the same tier as Batman Ninja, so we go off.
Next card.
All right, Tenacious Berserker. It's a 1/1. If the character facing this card is cost 0 or lower, it can't be reversed. When this card is placed on stage from hand, if you do not have another one of many faces Ilya, rest this card. One of many faces Ilya is the level 0 Brainstorm.
I think that card's not playable.
Kind of playable.
I agree. I don't think this is playable.
Not playable.
I like if you're playing that blue deck, I think it goes up to kind of playable.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this is completely unplayable.
Yep. Next card.
Yeah, it taps itself on play if you're not playing the blue deck.
If you don't even have the Brainstorm out, it's not even if you're playing the blue deck. Anyway, next card. It's a 2/1 Ilya, 2k to front to level 3 or higher. When it comes
Climax Swapper.
Yeah, when it comes into play, Climax Swapper. This is kind of playable.
Kind of playable.
Yeah.
I mean, not even if you just play blue, it's like kind of playable if you're not playing green, right? So
yeah.
Or if the power means crap to you. Next card.
All right. Unsettling Warning Ilya. During your opponent's turn, your other character in the middle position gets 1500 power. When this card is placed on the stage from a hand, you may pay the cost, which is 1 stock. If you do search your deck, For one Mad Warrior Tile Berserker, put it into any position on your stage and shuffle your deck. I believe this is the level 0.
Yeah, the 4K, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of playable.
Kind of playable.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine how big Berserker's going to be and it's in the center slot. 5/5.
Oh, man.
Next
That's
card.
really strong. Okay, easygoing swordsman assassin. During your opponent's turn, if your opponent has 3 or less characters on his stage, it gets 1,500 power. It's a level 0 2K. Put this card into your waiting room. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, put the top 2 cards of your deck into your waiting room. If True Assassin is among those cards, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one Mask Hitman True Assassin in your waiting room and put it into any stage or position that this card was in. The Mask Hitman
runner,
True
right?
Assassin. No, it's 2 cards down. I believe it's the level 1 Climax Combo Assassin.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So this is
Flavor.
Kind of playable.
Kind of playable.
Man, I don't. Yeah,
It's-
in a
well-
meme deck, it's kind of playable.
Okay,
I don't
it's
think
kinda
you're
playable.
ever-
To
you
be
don't
fair, this
never
is
run-
3/5.
It's a meme deck that could win. It's a meme deck that could randomly win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 3/5 level 1. Also, like when it fails, or even if you don't want to change.
Unless
so like
you have to like overcommit to make it.
yeah, or it's during your opponent's turn anyway, at least. So
Yeah.
it kind of can live. All right.
I
next
would
card.
say this is on the unplayable side, personally.
It's
Yeah.
kind of play.
It's kind of playable in meme ways, but I'm more inclined to agree with Nico.
I
I'll
would
lose-
say
I'll
this is
lose
on
to
the
the Spring
unplayable
Fest.
side.
I
What
was
is-
doing.
Oh, what? 5th Holy Grail War over Seer Kirei?
Yep. All your other characters get 500 power, so 5k global. Pay 2 rest. It's a heal.
Kind of playable.
This is if it was a level 0, it'd be kind of playable. This is more like a
People
not
play
playable
this
side.
profile in others.
Yeah, when
yeah,
they're on
and
like
you want
level
to know
zeros.
they're all level 0s.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
Felix
Big
is
Dream-
Felix.
zero.
Yeah, Felix, but I'm mainly
Felix gets
talking
15
like
empowered
Bang
to
Dream, for
center,
example.
though. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, this is like
Felix is
on the
Felix
not
gives
playable
1500
side.
power only to Crucius in the middle.
Yeah,
It's
you gotta
500
flex.
to front.
Oh,
This-
like it gives an extra. Oh, so that
This
I didn't
cure
realize
is
that.
actually better.
It's on the not playable side for me.
Yeah.
Whoa, this
If,
next
if the
card.
secondary effect is like really important, then it's like good. But yeah,
This next card has a line of text I haven't seen since Disgaea.
if your
Okay.
opponent,
If your character or if your opponent has a character with 500 power or lower, this card gets 1500 power.
Dude, synergy with the runner that you said was bad. That gets
This
minus
is
1k
hold
power.
on, dude. This is ridiculous in the Apocrypha matchup because they have the 500 power back row.
Oh, you're right. Dude, also, they play the Clock Shiro
Yeah.
and
in
the mirror match.
Yeah, in
Oh
the
my
mirror
God,
match.
This card's broken.
Okay. So the climax combo for this card though is when the battle opponent becomes reversed, you can pay 1 stock. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 blue character, show it to your opponent, put it into your hands, and this card gets 1 level and 2500 power until the end of
Well,
your.
I'll tell you right now, this is playable, and I will make sure this wins a tournament.
Oh man, it's like if you do the combo-y Mimi stuff, this card's playable, I think. But like
Yeah.
by itself, it's like
It has
Almost not
really good
playable.
matchups in the
is
meta.
Zabanya what is it a book?
I believe Zabanya is in fact a book.
Yeah, it has a good trigger. The bad part is you got to pay 1.
Zabanya is a book.
You pay 1 and
it-
maybe +2 if it lives cross turn.
That is a hard meta read, but that is a kind of playable card.
It's
Yeah.
like yeah.
I'm willing to
your-
give it kind of playable.
It's
if your
kind of
meta
playable.
is has heavy 500 power brainstorms like Apocrypha is what he mentioned, Nico, or like if you're in the mirror match where people play the clock encore that they just immediately slam down, and you have the 6k, you climax combos an 8/5. It's like it's not dying.
Yeah,
you
and
paid
it's level
1, you
2.
+2.
Yeah.
But then once again in the mirror match, come at you this
they have the
1-0
clock
cost
on,
0,
you're
but
right.
yeah. So that kind of diminishes its power a little
You
bit.
tell them. they're not
I
gonna
think
open
this
that.
is in its own separate tier. I think this is a nice
Meme.
meme.
Nice
Yeah,
meme
this is a
tier.
nice meme. Yeah.
Nice meme.
Okay.
All right, next.
Next card, it's a 1055 Berserker. During the attack phase, you cannot return characters from your waiting room to your hand by your. Okay. So you can't play this with gates or salvage effects. Cool. When this card attacks, if you have 2 or more master or servant characters, it gets 2k power until end of turn. This is beyond unplayable.
Yeah, this is pretty unplayable.
That's pretty bad.
Next
Okay.
card. Ooh,
Final
Makotofu.
card outside of. Ooh, yeah, that's good. Okay, it's a 2/2 event. Look it up to X cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 2 cards from among them. Put them into your hand. Put the rest into your waiting room. X is equal to the number of master or servant characters you have.
2 cards, kind of playable.
So this is kind of playable because you can grab anything, events or climaxes.
Yep.
But I don't.
But it's an event.
Yeah.
It goes in 0 decks, but it's kind of playable.
Yeah, the effect itself is kind of playable, but it probably doesn't find a home anywhere in this set.
Yeah, I agree.
Next card.
And then you have the climaxes.
Nice.
All right.
We finished blue. Let me see. Are we at the end yet? Then Zabanya is book. All right. We're on to the last thing of the split. Box promos. There's only 5, right?
Is that these? These, yeah. Petite Shiro, 001500. If it's in the middle, it's a 4K level 1. That's kind of playable.
It's on trait 2, so
it's on trait as opposed to the
it has the name Shiro, so above Tsushima Kaze. It's kind of playable.
Kind of playable. Next card.
Petite Sakura, 1045. It gets 500 for every other, and when it attacks, give a card 1,000. Wait, what?
So it's,
it gets 500 for every other on backstage, so it's only 5/5, and then it also power pumps something 1,000.
This is kind of playable. It's like a decent power pump, and has like Sakura and Master trait.
So I think the big problem with this also is it can't power pump itself, which is pretty crappy.
Yeah,
that's not really.
Usually you're not trying to power pump yourself anyway. You're just trying to power pump like a Shimikaze or something. Yeah. But it's kind of playable, but it's not amazing, right?
Yeah.
Next card.
Next card, Petite Rin, 2/2, 2 soul, 10k power. Holy. If you have 1 or less other characters, it cannot be played, and when it gets reversed, bottom deck.
This is unplayable. Cool.
Yeah, not
glad
playable.
we can agree.
All right. Is this the last
Petite.
card?
Yeah, Petite Ilya.
3/5 counter.
Yeah, 2/1. What's it do? Yeah, it's just a 3/5 counter.
3/5 counter. It's kind of playable. If you're trying to win board, it's like.
There's one more.
Is there
wait, no. There's not in the boxes.
Oh, this is. Let's throw this in here for fun. This is the shop promo, right?
Yeah,
pay on
0/0.
Yeah, pay 1, ditch 1. Look at top 3 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 card among them, add it to your hand. Discard the rest.
In 8 bar, it seems kind of unplayable, but it's playable.
Yeah, in 8 bar, it's pretty whatever. But like in every other build, you can probably run this as a 1 to 2 of easy, so it's kind of playable, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. They were done. 51 minutes, 6 seconds.
We're the best.
We did it, boys. We did it.
Best.
We did it in under an hour. And we added a shop promo in there as well, so that's like extra bonus points. So now that we have our splits, and I screwed up the splits for red blue, we see if we can beat ourselves next time.
Gotta get faster.
Yep. Oh shoot, we didn't do an overall rating. Well, I don't have it as a split on there, so screw that. What's our overall rating for this set?
Overall rating?
Yeah, did we do that last time? Yeah. It's like
I'm gonna
playable.
come out and say it is overhyped.
Overhyped?
I think the English meta right now, it's like AOT still running around farming Bang Dream because Bang Dream just sucks. We saw Two Love Rue like doing okay in regionals because Bang Dream is such an easy deck to prey on as far as like what Bang Dream is just a terrible set as far as like what it does. So
heard it here first.
Well, no, it does. It gives reverse so easy, like while everyone else is trying to deny reverses. And all it gains is like this like customizable top end. But that's not worth the fact that like random sets that should be dead are still popping up, like Two Love Rue. Because they don't have to fight to get their reverses. AOT, we see topping over and over again because Bang Dream is kind of popular. Sao is like playing weak cards. The second we start moving towards the like more wall focused decks, and we're walling out the Shimikaze and we're denying them the reverses, I feel like the deck is going to be like B tier. It's going to be good, but they don't have the big heal.
Yeah, the 3/3 event is not.
And I feel like it's like super easy to tech against this. Like it's like you can put the blinks in, you can put the bounces in, you can deny the rider from doing much, and then suddenly Fate's not as oppressive as you would think.
So I kind of agree with you for the most part. Like the main deck we were talking about.
Overhyped doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that it's like
I can agree.
Maybe
it's kind of overhyped. I don't know if did everyone kind of overhype it. I don't know. I've been going on about it being pretty whatever for a little while. right?
People keep talking about how amazing it is, so I don't know. I think that the 3-3 event was the thing that like pushed it over the edge, and
Yeah,
without that, it's
for
like
the English only players, there in JP there's a 3-3 blue event that's just straight up pay 3, heal 3. So the deck worked on just like outlasting your opponent till they like either kill themselves or you like pushed enough damage and they lost. Without that card, it kind of loses its Saki fat. I don't know. I don't want to call it Saki
sustainability.
Factor. Yeah,
It can't like make the comeback.
Yeah, so if you get like
another way.
Yeah, if you get one bad shuffle when you start looping your free freshes and stuff, that could actually just lose you the game. You're more susceptible to 2-turn kills now, right? Is basically what happened. In JP, you literally had to kill them from 3-0 or to dead, because if you let them at 3-6, I guarantee you next turn they're going to be 3-0. Like that's just how the deck worked.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then a lot of like something you touched on is like a lot of sets can or a lot of decks can naturally just counter it by being itself for the most part, right? So the main deck most people would be playing if they got in this for like the competitive reason would be probably 8 gold bar or maybe gold bar gate, but that really depends. There's some builds like you said in JP, they play gold bar gate. And they play like the 3-2 Rin, the power pump the field, and make it like you always win field and stuff like that. You might be able to play that because the 1-0 Rin that we talked about that has a ton of text is a pretty solid card. But for the most part, most people should be on 8 gold bar. And a lot of decks can naturally counter 6-5 power. And then because Outboots is a thing, and Outboots itself usually plays the Nodoka top in, that counters Rider, and my also counters Rider since it gets burns when it gets played, as well as the climax combo lets you on attack burn 1 and also sides for 1 because it's a 3 soul base. So sets like that kind of like I don't want to say auto counter, but like they naturally counter this deck without having to do a lot of work, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So what's our overall rating? You say overhyped?
I think it's like tier 2. So just because like it's not even as good of a defense. It's a little bit. In some ways, it's a little bit better, but in other ways, it's like worse than ReZero. But I feel like it's somehow just like a worse I think it's ReZero alternative more than anything.
Oh, on how it's
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. It's ReZero with more solitaire and less disruption. So I think that means it's actually worse. Right?
You think so? You think the disruption's that important to the game plan?
Well, I mean, like if you sit across from Sunshine and they start like vomiting Yos on the board, and you're playing this deck, and then they counter over your Rider, and you go, "Oh no." Or they just like sack the back row, and then they Rider or their Yo stays, and you go, "Oh no!" And then they start attacking 6 times a turn at level 2.
6 times a turn. But,
it's like, you know what I mean? Like it's like they just sit there and they keep putting cards on the board, and like you can't do anything. You don't have like any of the disruption tools that like ReZero does. It's like. But at the same time, you have easier access to Free Fresh. You have easier access. Well, you don't have early play heals. Free Fresh is kind of an early play heal, but you don't have like early play heals.
You do if you run the Ilya. Like if you choose to.
But people don't actually run that.
Yeah, they don't.
Back to what the actual deck does. For the most part, it's like ReZero can stabilize harder in the mid game. But you don't have access to Azusa. I mean, it has access to Azusa. And it's just like I said, it's ReZero, more solitaire, less disruption, which I think is worse.
Okay, I think that's a fair point. I think in a way, the solitaire that you don't have to interact with the opponent at all is kind of like it can be a strong point and also be like a weakness, kind of like you're making it out to be. I guess it just depends on what you really care about more.
It depends on what your opponent is playing, right? It's like you can ignore like certain decks that you don't want to ignore.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, it's like it turns into a problem if you try to ignore them.
True. Yeah. So wait, what's our overall rating then? What, very playable? I think this shit's very playable. It makes Fate like relevant again.
Oh, are we using the same garbage rating?
Yeah, fuck it. We're gonna use the same horrible garbage.
Tier. I think it's tier 2 though.
I'm actually inclined to agree with Dean here. I think it's in the kind of playable category because this set's bad matchups are really rough.
I don't play the set, so I don't actually know what it feels like being the pilot. Mm-hmm. But like looking at it on paper, I don't think I would bring this into an English tournament. That wasn't teams where I could just be like, "Okay, guys, carry me while I eat garbage."
So, really quick then on that, because I think it's more of the very playable. I think it's a little higher than what you guys like believe it to be, but so like its bad matchup is like what, standby, because once it gets walled out, then it starts getting really sad. If like your opponent plays, because a lot of the sets that have cost zeros at level 1 can still get screwed over by the clock bombs, right?
Homie, I want you to know one thing, dude.
What?
Like, Zekken, like, so a 4K Yuki with the, what's her face? The Leafa back row?
Oh, no, yeah.
Just the Leafa back row with a 2K counter, they just say, this is 7K now, and I can't get a reverse. This is so cool.
He is right, dude. The 6.5 is really
I'm like, so I would almost garner to say it's like, sure, like Persona 5 is a little similar, but at the very least you have clock bombs to answer their walls.
Yeah.
But like your entire like final game plan falls apart outside of like trying to loop heals and free freshes. Because you're gonna be like, I got these riders, bro. They're like, cool, I got this bouncer, bro. Get out of here.
Yeah, like I don't even think the rider is like the biggest part of the deck. I think it's just
it's not. I understand. It's there. I know what it's there for. But like, even now, like let's throw in the boogeyman. Let's have AOT be right.
Mm-hmm.
So if AOT gets reverses on you, like if they get their level 1 combo off first, you just actually can't play the game anymore.
The idea is that Fate will always hit level 1 first because it has Clock Encore. That is what has been parroted beyond belief because they have global Clock Encore. Okay. Even if they get to level 1 first.
Okay, cool. So you're playing against AOT, you got to level 1 first, so then
you now have to triple Sakura 1-0. Because their board is probably like a single.
They have a single mill runner on board or a single center runner on board, so you might get one Shimakaze off, and then I guess you can leave a lock bomb.
Well, the idea there, I think the idea there is that Fate immediately tri-fields. Like, Fate, like, just YOLOs really hard and just
at level 0, they go super.
So, like, if AOT only has a single... I don't understand. I actually don't understand, like, the you always hit level 1 first, but you also tri-field turn 2.
Clock Encore is pretty cool.
So, man.
Global Clock Encore is pretty cool.
I'm not sure. I feel like a lot of decks can make them only get 1 reverse unless they tri-field. Because I'm pretty sure, like, ReZero shouldn't have a hard time doing, like, clean-cut runner garbage.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you should be able to, like...
So, okay, besides what you're saying about them leveling up or whatever, I think that's not always the case, as like you kind of just pointed out. But what I think the strength for the strength of the like deck lineup is that it has like an early aggressive game plan for like the first 2 to 3 turns, and then it can easily transition into like a stall game plan. But the biggest thing about the early aggression is that sometimes you can make your opponent stumble a little bit because you don't give them that extra time at 0 that they normally would have to set up for their level 1 and like 2 game or whatever. So like you kind of just go, surprise, you're at level 1 now, you gotta do something, otherwise you're gonna slowly lose out on more value as the time goes on, right? Does that make sense, or am I rambling off of nonsense?
I'm saying tri-fields win games.
I'm not saying tri-fields wins games.
I need to push damage.
This guy. But what I'm saying is like this deck can easily like do that because you have Clock Encore. You give up some of your early life as well to put people in like try to put people in awkward positions. Sometimes it doesn't work out, and then you feel really bad. But it just has an opportunity to do it as long as you open up with the Clock Encore or Shiro, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I think that's just like kind of a game plan the deck can have. It can either be aggressive or it can play slow if it wants to. But I guess we'll kind of see as time goes on. I feel like for the most part, the people I play against play the deck really aggressively, like even in like the mid game, which I think is kind of wrong. But yeah. So yeah, you guys are still kind of playable to very playable. It's kind of where
I'm still in like, I'm with Dean. I think this is more mid tier.
Yeah, I don't think it's the set or like the deck or whatever is tier 1, but it's definitely up there. It's like the bottom, like it's like we said in our tier list videos before. It's like bottom of tier 1, top of tier like 2 or whatever, somewhere in between. You would say or no?
I put it in tier 2.
It's
I
all
think
tier 2, like right in the middle.
I still
think it,
yeah.
Okay.
I think if it bodies people, it's because they were really prepared.
Okay, I guess we'll see what happens as time goes on. See if this makes
it will win because people are bad and they will be poorly prepared.
Yeah. All right, I guess that's it for the video. Yeah, I guess comment below. What are we gonna? We said we're gonna do a
Melty Blood coming up soon, boys.
Yeah, we'll do some Melty Blood video for New Year's. Anything else to look out for?
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, I guess
the next set coming out is what, Goblin Slayer? I don't know if we want to do a set review for that.
Yeah, okay, we'll do a set review for Goblin Slayer if this gets a lot of good attention as well. I feel like for some reason, even though I don't really like doing these videos get some good traction because people like to listen to other people confirm.
Wait, do they?
I think so. I don't know. The numbers say I don't know. The videos like have really high watch times or whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess that's it. We'll see you guys in the next video. Later. Before you go, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel if you do enjoy our content, as it does help us grow, and check out some of these social media links below.